will totally blow you away with all the facts and top celebrities and the sports scene today.
Hi, this is Evander Holyfield, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
Randy's on the sports scene, he's working all the time. Brings you all the scores you need, so get him on the line. Pick up the phone and call him now and say what's on your mind. They should pay him double, cause he's working overtime.
This is Evander Holyfield.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Don't think he believes it.
This is Larry Hirsch, Greg LeMond,
Jim Palmer, Tony Fernandez, Hardy Nickerson.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Randy, this is Bill Murphy.
My two-man Randy Savage.
Ray Nitschke.
Chris Evert.
George Foreman, and I'm talking sports with Randy Harris.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Randy Harris. I don't think he believes it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's very important you don't stink today.
The Macho Man Randy Savage. And when I want to catch up on all the sports, I listen to the Randy Harris Show. That's the bottom line.
What is going on, everybody? It is a Friday. Flying solo today. If you want to pick up the phone, feel free to do it. 866-TAN-1340. A lot to get to, a lot of interviews, some very cool, trying to do 6 things at one time. Some very cool giveaways. We have tickets to give away. We have former Tampa Bay Devil Ray, not former Tampa Bay Ray. I believe he was a Devil Ray. Then came back to pitch a no-no against your Rays. Edwin Jackson due to be on here in about 42, 43 minutes. A little pitchers and catchers practice down there in Miami. The Cubs taking on the Florida Marlins. So Edwin Jackson will be on later on today. Some other things, it's that each and other Friday thing. So that means Steve Savanu will be on. And going to talk about a very interesting product today. Happens to be my favorite. Okay, second favorite product. The headsets that we wear to do each and every one of our radio programs is my favorite. And then the headset for personal use will be my second favorite. We'll talk to Steve about my personal headset that I use on planes, on trains, and on automobiles. Then we'll be speaking to the president CEO from Daphne's Head Covers, Jane Spicer. We have a cool story to talk about of the Bubba Watson head cover, which I believe has totally 100% sold out. But we do have some other samples that we will be giving away today and down the road for all of our golfer friends. We'll head back out to Kinetics, talk a little training, as they are trying as hard as they can to get me in the gym and keep me in the gym. So we'll talk to Mike. Dwayne from World Class Fight League, a big fight card. Not only tomorrow with the UFC, but next Friday, the World Class Fight League heads back to downtown Tampa. We'll talk to Dwayne about that. The tickets that we will be giving away today and all next week is for it's a pretty cool event out at the Florida State Fairgrounds. The Funshine tickets. Styx is there. REO Speedwagon is there. My good friend Robin Zander and Cheap Trick is there. Train is there. And it's like $25 to go out for the day. Unlimited rides. You don't have to buy tickets. All of that is going on next week. We'll have some tickets to give away. Also have tickets to the Latin America celebration, which is also next Sunday. So we'll give away a pair or two today and the rest next week once we get them in hand. And then to close it out, new title sponsor of the program, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer, former Vanderbilt Commodore, former Tennessee Titan, Javon Hay, has started a company which will go global, but right now based in the Tampa Bay area. Javon Hay will be on here momentarily as well. But first and foremost, as we do each and every other Friday, we talk a little Audio-Technica. And like I mentioned, one of my favorite products, the product that I personally use every time I go anywhere, and we're going to talk about it with the man, Steve Savanu. Steve, how are you?
Good, Randy. How are you doing today?
You know, we talk about a lot of cool products. I use the Audio-Technica microphone headset to broadcast each and every show, so I use that headphone the most. But coming in a close second is the one we're going to talk about today. I love this product. It's the ATH-ANC 33IS, or is that a 5? I can't even read it.
That's IS.
IS. I need glasses.
No, it's just small print.
Let's talk about this. You know, with so many different products, like I said, I use this when I run. I use this when I'm on the plane. I use this when I'm in the car and somebody else is driving. This is my favorite product to use.
Well, it's actually my favorite product as well, because this is our noise-canceling in-ear, as we call it, communications headphone. And as people are moving to smartphones and music player devices that they want to be able to control the music player with, this headphone has the noise-canceling capabilities that will reduce up to 90% of the background noise, and a built-in inline microphone. So if you are using a smartphone or an iPhone, which is what I use, you can answer calls right from the headset. You know, before, I'd be listening to my music on a pair of earphones, and a call would come in, and I'd have to unplug the earphones quickly before the call went away and take the call without my headset on. And with the ANC 33IS, I get all the benefits of noise cancellation. I can now answer the calls as well as control my player right from the control on the headset cable. It's really cool.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Steve. This is a brand new product, correct? Because this unit was out before, but it didn't have the capability to answer the phones.
Correct. This is basically, we took customer input, and we saw as more people were migrating to the whole smartphone situation where they were listening to music on their phone and wanted to be able to take the call. We basically added that feature to these headphones, and of course made some improvements as well to increase that noise cancellation capability up to that 90%. And I'll tell you, on an airplane full of screaming kids, which I was on just last week, it was sure nice to put those in my ears and turn my music on and just kind of fall back and take a nap.
With me being on a plane tomorrow morning, headed up to Newark for tomorrow's UFC, they definitely come in great use. Also talk about in the pouch that you get are different size ear coatings. I mean, what are the official term for them?
Well, we know that everybody's ears aren't the same size. So we provide different size rubber silicone ear tips for ear tips, so that you can basically size the earphones to fit your ear canal. But the thing that I really like is these also come with the Comply foam tips. The nice thing about the Comply foam tips is you take the Comply foam tips and you kind of squish them down, and then when you put the earphones in your ears, the Comply foam kind of expands to fit your ear canal. It gives you a much better seal, and they're so comfortable it feels like you're not even wearing anything. And I use the Comply foam tips with mine all the time. It's really, really nice.
Now, like we do each and every time you're on, we're going to be giving this product away. You can register up until 11:59 tonight, but we always end it this way. Where can people purchase? I know they're available, but we want to send them to the correct locations.
Well, you can find these from our dealer network. You can also learn more about them by visiting our website, which is www.audio-technica.com. And this is the ATH ANC 33IS Quiet Point Active Noise Canceling in-ear headphones, and they sound phenomenal.
And let's be honest, the price point is very reasonable. So if they're not fortunate enough to win the pair we're going to give away, you're not going to break the bank going and purchase these.
Well, our MSRP, or retail price, is $79.95. And as you know, depending on who the dealer is, the price may vary. But even at $79.95, these are a very affordable, great-sounding headphone. And one other thing about these, which is true with all of our noise-canceling headphones, is, here's the problem. I just flew from Newark to Portland, Oregon last week. And, I always try to remember to put fresh batteries in my noise-canceling headphones. And sure enough, I was in a hurry. I forgot to get fresh batteries, and I was using batteries I had for a while, and the battery died in the middle of the flight. And with a lot of noise-canceling headphones, when the battery goes, you're done. They don't work anymore. With our headphones, even if the battery dies, the headphones will continue to still pass music. You don't get all the advantages of the active noise cancellation, but I could still listen to my music player on my flight, so I wasn't totally left out without any music.
And we've all been there, and it's very important that you mention that and we talk about it, because we all forget. I'll even put batteries next to my headphones, and I still forget when I leave at 5 in the morning. So, like you said, you're on the plane, you're 2 hours in, you have 2 hours to go. When it dies, if you don't have this product, now you got to not only listen to the screaming kids, but you can't kind of divert your attention while you're doing it. So it's definitely worth it. I love this product.
Absolutely, it is a great product. It sounds good. It's just a fantastic product all around.
Once again, you can register up until 11:59 tonight. We'll pick a winner at midnight Eastern Time. Steve, as always, thank you very much for your time, and have a great weekend.
All right, Randy, have a great weekend. Have a good trip to Newark or wherever you may be going this weekend. And I'll actually be in Florida the second week in June in Orlando for a big trade show.
Well, it's right up the street. Maybe we'll hook up then, and I'll be in Newark for less than 24 hours. I'll be at the Prudential Center, in and out.
Well, have fun in and out, and we'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you very much. That is Steve Savanu, everybody, from Audio-Technica. We will be giving this product away, like I said, at midnight tonight. We're going to hit a break, and then another cool giveaway, sports-related, golf-related, some of the coolest head covers, and I'm looking at Bubba Watson. It's a little eerie, but we're going to talk to Jane Spicer when we return.
Rockin' the Midway at the Funshine Music Festival. It's fun for the whole family. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, May 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Everything you love about the Florida State Fair and much more. Over 30 musical acts. Plus, enjoy free unlimited Midway rides with admission price. That's 60 rides and attractions free for the whole family. Adults, $25. Kids 6 to 11 get in for $15, and 5 and under are free. A great family value. Rockin' the Midway at the Funshine Music Festival at the Florida State Fairgrounds. All-day music, all-day rides, all-day fun, all one price. Buy your discounted tickets at Walgreens. Visit FunshineFestival.com. Presented by Live Nation, Florida State Fair, and the Tampa Bay Times.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
You want to have a drink? Where do you go?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Having a get-together with the guys from the softball team? Where do you do it?
That's right, Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Located at 1320 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, right across from Tropicana Field. Berg's is the best place to take the whole family for food and fun. Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game at Berg's, and after the Rays win, come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg's, right across from the Trop. So come down and see Berg and the whole gang at Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Check out our friends at West Chase Golf Club, just north of the airport off the Veteran Expressway, for a beautiful and challenging course. I've been out there many times, and the greens are great. Quiet, upscale, but very public. West Chase is consistently ranked in the top 10 nationally and number 1 in the state of Florida for customer service by the National Golf Foundation. Ask about the Advantage Card. Just $25 for Florida residents, and you'll get up to 40% off your greens fees, free use of the GPS system, and a bunch more. Log on to westchasegc.com for more. West Chase Golf Club. It's not private. You'll just think it is.
Hello, I'm Charles Howell from the PGA Tour, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
Hey, let's go back to the Talking Sports Show.
All right, we are back hanging out in studio today. Weg's taking care of some military business. He will be back in studio next week. I'll be boarding a plane first thing in the morning for the UFC. We're going to touch base on John Jones versus Chael Sonnen, Big Country Roy Nelson versus Czech Congo, and what I think will be the biggest, baddest fight, Michael Bisping versus Alan Belcher. We had Bisping on the program on Wednesday. We'll possibly run some of that, but we'll definitely talk about that during our next segment. But now let's talk a little golf. We went out and kind of represented on the golf course yesterday. Wags and Winky Wright, Michael Clayton, and myself did pretty well in that charity tournament. I could have looked a little better, and we're going to rectify that right now. On the line with us from Daphne's Head Covers, the CEO, Jane Spicer. Jane, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me on your show.
I appreciate your time. I know we're going to talk how to decorate. If you can't operate, I always say decorate. And with your products, you can definitely do it. We have some to give away, top quality. But let's start first and foremost. I'm looking at a pretty life-size Bubba Watson.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a little Bubba, as Bubba likes to call it. And he came to us, and we created a head cover after his image of his boys band on YouTube. And so it's complete with his white watch, the mold's in the right place, the smile, overalls, no shirt, barefoot, and fits right on your driver. And you'll see Bubba carrying it on tour also.
Now, we're going to talk about the other products as well, but let's talk about what, and I believe it's sold out, but I still want to talk about the fact that this helped raise money for a local Little League, correct?
Absolutely. Yes, it did. Bubba is very benevolent, and Daphne's Head Cover's core value is we must do good while we're doing well. So it's just a beautiful partnership, and there's a Little League here in Arizona, in Phoenix, that Bubba's named as the charity. And so a portion of the proceeds will go directly to this Little League. So it's really kind of exciting. It'll probably be the best dressed Little League out there this season.
There you go. Talk about some of the other products. As I'm looking at the samples that we're going to be giving away, I have a duck on our table right now that looks, I could take it across the street and put it close to the pond, and it would mesh right in with the rest of the ducks out there, how lifelike they look.
Yeah, thank you very much for saying that, too. That's one of the things that's very important to us at Daphne's. And when I'm working on a design, when we look at something, if somebody says, what's that supposed to be, I know I failed. Right. But if you look at it and go, now that's a mallard duck, that's a yellow lab, or that's a koala. So we work very closely. Our library is filled with pictures of animals, and we work back and forth with, like, for instance, Tour Pro Aaron Badley. We make his koala, and a portion of the proceeds goes to save the koalas. And so we worked closely with the people that save the koalas who sent us actual photos and close-ups of things like, I need a koala ear. Send me a picture of a koala ear. And the koalas that they were rehabbing, they sent us pictures of, so we could go in and really get the details and look just like what it was supposed to be.
What would you say has been the most difficult head cover to make it look as lifelike as possible?
Well, the Bubba head cover was very hard to do, with all the details on it, because it's closed and things. But I'd have to say probably the most difficult one that we've done is the Blue Monster for Doral. And it's a custom head cover only available at Doral. And it's holding a flag. It's got golf shoes on. It's got the spikes down its back. It's got spots on it. It's everything going on that there's their logo for it. We recreated and put into a head cover. And that was really difficult.
Very, very cool. We are talking to Jane Spicer, the CEO of Daphne's Head Covers. You can get information. You can purchase your favorite head cover at daphnesheadcovers.com. And I always ask this question, and I'm going to even lay it out there. I know it's like, your children, you love each and every one of them, but do you have a favorite?
And you prefaced that perfectly, because since I started the company, my mom and I did, when I was 16 years old, I have, to use the children analogy, given birth to each one of them in one way or the other. So I love all of them for different reasons. I will tell you that I carry the golden retriever, who was made in honor of my golden retriever. I had two, and the one that was made in honor of passed away just before Christmas. And so that'll stay on my bag forever.
And it's funny that you brought that up, because we just recently, my wife and I, got our very first dog. We've been married 30-some years. And so when I knew you were coming on, I jumped to the website. I'm like, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get the exact replica of our dog. You have a poodle and you have a Yorkie, but you don't have a Yorkie poo.
Oh, you know what? The hybrids are killing me, because, we do have the poodle and we do have and Goldens, but I don't have a golden doodle. So now we're trying to figure out, how do we create these hybrids? It's a wonderful opportunity, but at the same time, now and I'm learning all kinds of things, like all the great names, a poodle and a beagle. I think is it a poogle or is it a peagle? I don't even know.
I don't even know.
So
guys, I'm looking and I'm on your website. It's the pink poodle, and I'm like, no, my little dog's not a pink poodle, and it's really not the Yorkshire Terrier. It's close. So yeah, you're right. It's going to open it up to many more. Now, whether you want to handle all that or not, I don't know, but it does open it up to a whole lot more product.
Oh, it is. And, it's so wonderful, because the animal kingdom is vast. So there's always something that we haven't created, or something that somebody wants each year. And all our designs at Daphne's Head Covers come from, my whole company is built because of customers. They call in and say, I want this. And we actually have a big board up where all my regional account managers and sales guys are. And we write everyone down. And then we put tally marks by it, Randy, so we know what they want. And so now that we're taking all these breeds and putting them into hybrids, suddenly as you said, there's just so much more opportunity. And for me, when we go and shop fur and things, what am I shopping for? Is it golden doodle? Is it, is it the Yorkie poodle mix? What kind of fabrics and things can I find to create these hybrids? So it's a great opportunity.
How difficult is it to make the product itself? Because like I said, and I'm not trying to blow smoke or anything, the quality of these items are top-notch. You see a lot of them. I go to the PGA Golf Show. We go to our local stores, whatever they are. And some of them, you just pick them up, and you're afraid it's going to fall apart while it's in your hand. How difficult is it putting together the quality that you guys do?
Oh, well, thank you very much for that. Quality and customer service are my absolute passion. In fact, at Daphne's Head Covers, all of them are guaranteed for life. We're so passionate about our quality that if something's ever wrong with your head cover, ever, call us and we'll repair or replace it. The phone number's inside. So it's difficult. I can't hire just people that sew. I have the person who leads my sewing team in Phoenix has been with me for 28 years. And she's wonderful because she started when I was a snot-nosed kid and in high school, telling her what to do. And she's just a master. And so we have to have crafts people because, when you're sewing, it might be the jowls of a bulldog or the antlers of an ear, antlers of a deer, and it has to be just so you get the curvature and each one looks different. And so they are not easy to make. And we have many, many people, when we do sewing tests to bring people in, we'll go through 20 people before we hire one.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's definitely impressive. And finally, I want to end with this. And again, I'm kind of navigating through the website as you and I are talking. If you're putting it, and here in the state of Florida, as you know, there's about 4,000 golf tournaments every weekend. You go to your website, you can kind of help and do a corporate custom head cover that would be a great giveaway or a great prize at your tournament.
Oh, absolutely. And we can do so many different things, whether it's, let's say you did a safari theme. We could supply the safari animals, or for Pacific Life, they have that breaching whale. We made the breaching whale for them. So we can build your logo, we can embroider on it, and we have this new product. It's called custom imaging, and we just did the coolest outline of, the rock star Alice Cooper. He had a golf tournament here last week, and there's a photograph of him standing with his hands in his leather jacket, and the foursome that won each got this leather jacket. And we created that into a head cover, so it looks like he's sitting on your bag, and the whole image of all the leather and all the dimensions were put right into the fabric and created a silhouette of it. So whether it was a trophy or anything, we can create all those things to make it unique just for a corporate event or a tournament, and that's what's really fun. We love to do that.
And I'll call him an acquaintance. We're not friends, but he knows me. I know him. We've had Alice Cooper on our program before. Is an item like that available on the website, or is that something that you have to go into his tournament and win it, or tell us that?
Yeah, absolutely. You have to go to the tournament. These are exclusive. So if you play in Alice Cooper's tournament, then that's what's available. And same for corporations. And it's kind of neat because when we do them every year, people will collect them and go, hey, look, I've had that one for 5 years ago. Or look at this, I played in this event. You played in the Mercedes event? Wow, I've got a Daphne's head cover that says it. So if they're done exclusively for the event, they remain exclusive to that company. But there's, anybody who wants to do customs and they have an event, we have some minimums, of course, they can come in and we'll create something especially for their event.
Awesome. And they can get in touch with you through daphnesheadcovers.com. Like I said, we have a few to give away. We'll do it during the rest of the program. Thank you very much, Jane, for your time. Thank you for the giveaways. I'm sure our fans are going to love them, and hopefully we can talk to you again real soon.
Oh, I'd love that. Thank you very much for having me on your show. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope that the giveaways bring a smile to everybody that gets them.
I'm sure they will. Thank you very much. Once again, that is the CEO from Daphne's Head Covers, Jane Spicer. And you can check these out because they really are top-notch. We will give away one of the animals. I'll just reach in. I know Wegs is trying to get here in time from the base. If he doesn't get here to reach into the box, I'll do it before the end of the program and give one away. Send us an email. Go to the website, knockoutradio.com. You already would know that. Send us an email in the subject line. Put in there, you want to win, the head cover or Daphne's or whatever, so that I can associate that you're going for the head cover instead of the concert tickets or instead of the tickets for the Latin American Festival, which is next Sunday, and we will definitely hook you up. All right, when we come back, we're going to reach out to Dwayne next Friday. World Class Fight League has another amateur card at the Hilton in downtown Tampa, and we'll talk to Dwayne when we return.
In the Midway, the Funshine Music Festival. It's fun for the whole family. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, May 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Everything you love about the Florida State Fair and much more. Over 30 musical acts. Plus, enjoy free unlimited Midway rides with admission price. That's 60 rides and attractions free for the whole family. Adults, $25. Kids 6 to 11 get in for $15, and 5 and under are free. A great family value. Rockin' the Midway at the Funshine Music Festival at the Florida State Fairgrounds. All-day music, all-day rides, all-day fun, all one price. Buy your discounted tickets at Walgreens. Visit FunshineFestival.com. Presented by Live Nation, Florida State Fair, and the Tampa Bay Times.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
You want to have a drink? Where do you go?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Having a get-together with the guys from the softball team? Where do you do it?
That's right, Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Located at 1320 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, right across from Tropicana Field, Berg's is the best place to take the whole family for food and fun. Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game at Berg's, and after the Rays win, come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg's, right across from the Trop. So come down and see Berg and the whole gang at Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Check out our friends at West Chase Golf Club just north of the airport off the Veteran Expressway for a beautiful and challenging course. I've been out there many times and the greens are great. Quiet, upscale, but very public, West Chase is consistently ranked in the top 10 nationally and number 1 in the state of Florida for customer service by the National Golf Foundation. Ask about the Advantage Card. Just $25 for Florida residents and you'll get up to 40% off your greens fees, free use of the GPS system, and a bunch more. Log on to westchasegc.com for more. West Chase Golf Club. It's not private. You'll just think it is.
Be part of the Cinco de Mayo Latin American celebration Sunday, May 5th, 11 a.m. till 6 p.m. at the beautiful Vinoy Park in downtown St. Petersburg. Enjoy great music from hot Latin bands, salsa dancing, fabulous food trucks and vendors, monster trucks on display with show cars, and more. That's Sunday, May 5th at Vinoy Park. Tickets are only $10 in advance, $13 at the gate, and VIP tickets including food, drinks, and preferred seating are only $50. For tickets, call 1-800-514-3849 or visit LatinAmericanCelebration.com.
This is Alice Cooper talking with Randy Harris on Talking Sports.
Hey, let's go back to the Talking Sports Show.
All right, we are back hanging out here. Still tons of things to get to. Wags trying to get here from the military base in time before the end of the program to pick a winner for the golf head cover. But next Friday, we still have to talk about tomorrow, but next Friday, mixed martial arts action comes back to the Tampa Bay area. My favorite organization, the WCFL, on the line with us right now. Dwayne, how are you?
Randy, I am doing extremely well. How are you today?
Everything is hunky-dory. I know how busy you are, so we'll get right into it. The WCFL returns. Talk to us about next Friday.
Oh, my gosh. Guys, this is going to be one amazing MMA event. You know, we're bringing our promotion back to the Hilton. It's going to be in downtown Tampa, Friday, May 3rd. Doors open at 6 o'clock. The first fight is actually going to start at 8 o'clock. Right now we have 13 fights on the card. One of the fights that I want to talk about is not even the main event, but it does feature two heavyweight fighters. We've got Andrew the Ghost Gunitsky taking on seasoned veteran Mark Mendez. And this is going to be one amazing heavyweight battle that nobody wants to miss. And just to give you a little insight about the Ghost, this guy had his first MMA fight, knocks his opponent out 37 seconds into the first round. The guy's out cold. When all of the future opponents that we've lined up to fight the Ghost witness this video, all of a sudden they've backed out of every fight. We cannot match this guy. So finally, we get him somebody that's 9-9, somebody who is not afraid to fight anyone. In fact, he just fought our heavyweight contender, Dominic Pavanelli, recently. So this guy, Mark Mendez, is coming up. He's like, I'll fight the Ghost. Bring it. I'm not afraid of him. I don't care about the hype. Let's make it happen on May 3rd. So they're going to fight. We've got an amazing heavyweight main event. And then we also have a very notable 125-pound co-main event, Randy, that's going to feature Christian Reed fighting Abby Velasquez, who's our current 125-pound champion.
Dwayne, talk to me and talk to our listeners about what it is to run this organization. A lot of companies locally, statewide, nationally, they attempt to do this. They do an event, they do two events, and they're gone. They can't put the types of fights together that you guys have. I've now been to, I believe, 3 of your events. Top quality, close competitive fights. People seem to think, and no disrespect to the Ghost fight you just talked about, people seem to think that if a fight lasts in 20 or 30 seconds, that's a good fight, and that's not necessarily true. Your fights are evenly matched competitive fights. Talk about that.
Yeah, appreciate you asking. So what we try to do at World Class Fight League is make a very well-matched card. We've got guys with very similar records. We have guys who have complementary styles. So we're not necessarily putting jiu-jitsu guys against other jiu-jitsu guys or wrestlers against wrestlers. We're really trying to mix it up to make a very exciting fight. One of the things that's helped us stay successful and to grow each and every show is the fact that we really reach out, we take care of our fighters, and we take care of our fans especially. And the venue that we're currently at, the Hilton downtown Tampa, it is very upscale. It's luxurious. It's comfortable. Everything from the seats all the way up to the view. We have 2 Jumbotrons for this next event. It creates an exciting experience. You're not just there to watch a couple fights. You're there to spend the night and hang out and have food and to drink and to enjoy time with your friends and to watch these amazing athletes get into the cage and battle it out. That's what really keeps bringing people back to the WCFL, Randy.
And the thing that I want to stress, and I'd like you to kind of touch on, is the fact that, and I'm not joking, fire marshals are there because once it's sold out, you can't get in, and how important it is to purchase your tickets before the event.
Yeah, absolutely, and thanks for bringing up that point. Every event so far has been a sellout crowd. What typically happens, if you don't get there early, you may or may not even get the opportunity to buy a ticket. But if you do, if you show up late, there's a good chance you're going to be doing a standing room at the back of the general admission. And what's crazy is, we've expanded the VIP section this time. We've expanded the preferred seating. We've got a ton of general admission seating. We're going to pack the house. And if anybody wants to guarantee their spot, and I highly recommend them doing so, they want to go to our website right now, and that's www.worldclassfightleague.com. And from there, you can purchase your tickets and save your spot.
And I strongly recommend it. I can't wait for next Friday. Before I let you go, and I know that you're still working, finishing the final steps for next Friday, any idea when the next one after will be?
Yeah, we actually have the next several events. So real quick, we've got the next one that's happening May 3rd, which is coming up, not this Friday, but next. The one immediately after that is going to be June the 29th. That one is going to be gigantic. It's going to be on a Saturday, huge event. And then following that one, we also have August the 24th, and then we've got one in October. We're still determining the final date for that.
Before I let you go, let's move. And it's in association with the WCFL. You guys also run a gym in Tampa as well, right?
Yeah, we do. We work out with a lot of guys. We actually have a lot of people cross-training at the gyms that we're affiliated with. So I want to, definitely acknowledge that we have ties with the different Gracie Tampa schools. We want to shout out to them and say, thanks for supporting the WCFL. Also, World Class Martial Arts has a lot of great fighters that fight for us. And, the Tampa Bay, the Orlando community, even the guys on the East Coast, it's a very tight-knit industry with a lot of people that cross-train together and a lot of friendships along the way. So we really just want to say we appreciate everybody's support and helping us grow and, helping us support these fighters. So we'd love to have everybody that's listening right now to come out and join us on May 3rd, man.
Hit up the website, worldclassfightleague.com. Get your tickets and join Dwayne, myself, Ralph, all of Knockout Radio. We'll all be out there next Friday. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a great time. Dwayne, thank you very much for your time.
Hey, I appreciate it. And one last thing before I go, I just want to say a special thank you to Bella Med Spa and Blue Island Beer for being some of our top sponsors for this next event, and we look forward to seeing you guys out there.
We all need sponsors. Let's support the people that support us and support you, and I strongly recommend that. Dwayne, have a great weekend. I'll see you next week.
You too. See you soon, Randy. Take care.
All right. World Class Fight League, that is next Friday. We have a pair of tickets to give away. If you would like them, all you got to do is get a hold of me. Do it by Twitter. Do it by Facebook. Do it by email. First person that gets in touch with me by any of those means, I'll hook up with a pair of tickets for next Friday. We're going to hit a break. When we come back, the man, the myth, the legend, Javon Hay, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer. We'll be right back.
Hey, Tampa, this is Terrell Owens, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
Check out our friends at West Chase Golf Club, just north of the airport off the Veteran Expressway, for a beautiful and challenging course. I've been out there many times, and the greens are great. Quiet, upscale, but very public. West Chase is consistently ranked in the top 10 nationally and number 1 in the state of Florida for customer service by the National Golf Foundation. Ask about the Advantage Card. Just $25 for Florida residents, and you'll get up to 40% off your greens fees, free use of the GPS system, and a bunch more. Log on to westchasegc.com for more. West Chase Golf Club. It's not private. You'll just think it is.
Be part of the Cinco de Mayo Latin American celebration Sunday, May 5th, 11 a.m. till 6 p.m. at the beautiful Vinoy Park in downtown St. Petersburg. Enjoy great music from hot Latin bands, salsa dancing, fabulous food trucks and vendors, monster trucks on display with show cars, and more. That's Sunday, May 5th at Vinoy Park. Tickets are only $10 in advance, $13 at the gate, and VIP tickets including food, drinks, and preferred seating are only $50. For tickets, call 1-800-514-3849 or visit LatinAmericanCelebration.com.
If you want to look your best, you need Mick for hair. Mick Ferrari is Tampa Bay's hairstylist to the stars. Mick has spent 25 years keeping the Bay Area beautiful and is the official hair care provider for Talking Sports. To look your best, you need to go to the best. And the best in the Bay is Mick Ferrari. For information or to book your consultation with Mick, visit his website at mickforhair.com. That's mickforhair.com. Call Mick for Hair direct at 727-573-9711. That's 573-9711.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
You want to have a drink? Where do you go?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Having a get-together with the guys from the softball team? Where do you do it?
That's right, Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Located at 1320 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, right across from Tropicana Field. Berg's is the best place to take the whole family for food and fun. Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game at Berg's, and after the Rays win, come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg's, right across from the Trop. So come down and see Berg and the whole gang at Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Rockin' the Midway, the Funshine Music Festival. It's fun for the whole family. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, May 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Everything you love about the Florida State Fair and much more. Over 30 musical acts. Plus, enjoy free unlimited Midway rides with admission price. That's 60 rides and attractions free for the whole family. Adults, $25. Kids 6 to 11 get in for $15, and 5 and under are free. A great family value. Rockin' the Midway at the Funshine Music Festival at the Florida State Fairgrounds. All-day music, all-day rides, all-day fun, all one price. Buy your discounted tickets at Walgreens. Visit FunshineFestival.com. Presented by Live Nation, Florida State Fair, and the Tampa Bay Times.
Hi, this is Steve Garvey, and you're talking sports with the Randy Harris.
Hey, let's go back to the Talking Sports Show.
Big UFC event, big UFC weekend will be tomorrow. It's been blowing up New York City. I think they've been there since Tuesday. Later on today, in a couple hours, will be your official weigh-in, which you'll be able to see at UFC.com. John Jones, the light heavyweight champ, in the top 2, pound for pound. I, for one, and I am a voting member of the UFC media that gets to vote on weight classes and pound for pound. And I've been on the ledge. Anderson Silva has been the number 1 fighter in the world. And do you kind of hold Anderson Silva subject to the fact that his competition hasn't been equal to him, where John Jones is fighting guys, at least in my opinion, that have been top-notch, that have been in better names, better careers? So I am on the verge, depending on what happens tomorrow night against Chael P. Sonnen, I am on the verge of possibly moving Anderson Silva down 1 and moving John Jones up. So we will have to wait and see how that goes down tomorrow. Also on the card, Michael Bisping, your Ultimate Fighter coach. He was on the Ultimate Fighter against Alan Belcher. We can touch base on that. Czech Congo, and when we had the opportunity to talk to Josh Saman on Wednesday, I kind of called this fight overrated versus underrated. And even though Big Country has won the Ultimate Fighter, even though Big Country was a IFL world champion, I still think Big Country Roy Nelson, because of his awesome physique, is underrated. And I think Czech Congo, for the same reason, his physique, is overrated. Let's welcome to the program 40 minutes in, but I know military comes first.
Hi, guys.
That'd be you.
Hi. I definitely agree that Czech has had pretty much
it's the physique.
Everything sort of handed to him because everybody thinks that you need to be a big muscular guy who has this great shape to you, and that's
Have you
not
yacked
the
today?
case.
Have you yacked today?
Personally, no.
Were you yacked tomorrow?
I've been a little bit busy, but I will try to get to that tonight and
You
tomorrow.
always need to make time to yak, and on the phone with us right now, who's going to also talk about Post It, Share It, Sell It, as well as we're going to touch base on the draft, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer Javon Hay. Javon, how are you?
Good. How about yourself, Randy?
Not too bad. Wanted to touch base with you on a couple things. We've had you on last week leading up to the Big Friday unveiling of Post It, Share It, Sell It. Now we can talk a little bit more about it. So let's talk about Post It, Share It, Sell It. What exactly is it?
Yes, it's the engine behind our two market space. We have a consumer market space, which is socialetrader.com, and then we have a business market space, which is b2betrader.com. And Post It, Share It, Sell It is the homepage, basically the engine that powers both market spaces. So it's a new concept, a lot of social sharing integration with it. You can tap into your Google Plus, your Twitter, your Instagram, your Facebook. It's just an easier way for you to sell, buy, and trade business equipment and personal items online. I would say we're right in between Craigslist and eBay.
Which, if you're above both of them, which you are, that's a good thing because, talking to you and dealing with you in the past when you were a player, now that you're a businessman, customer service is very important. Those two companies you just mentioned, I think, lack in that department, and I know you guys over at Post It, Share It, Sell It are pretty important, a pretty big thing right there.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about, what, I don't want to touch on what you just said as far as what they lack, but I know what we're trying to be. We're trying to be very transparent. We want to let people know who's the guys behind, the website, the market spaces. But we're all about small business, all about the small consumer. We started centering everything around, like you said, small businesses. So we definitely want to still cater to small businesses and the small consumer. Eventually, cross our fingers if we grow to, become a bigger company. That's still going to be what we come back to. It's just like football, man. You just go back to what you know. It's technique. So we started, we started a small company for small companies and small consumers, and that's what we plan to be. Not saying we won't deal with bigger companies, but we're just going to go back to what we know.
And before Alex has a question for you, I just want to clarify. I've had bad experiences with Craigslist. I've had bad experiences with eBay. So I said that on personal knowledge. Being in radio, I know what I can and can't say. I've had those problems. So,
like I said, we're just trying to. We're going to definitely try to be the ones to, ease people's concerns. Because, when you say classified, a lot of people cringe. But we don't like to call it classified. We like to call it your online shopping mall. And, we're just trying to make it easier. And so we definitely got different functionalities in both market spaces that's going to make it much easier for the user. And like I said, we want to put a face behind the brand. And that's why, we're just trying to let people know who we are. We're based in Tampa. And, we just definitely want to cater to, that Tampa area, but also to, other communities around the United States. And hopefully, over the globe in the next couple of years. So.
How do the small market companies get involved with you so they can become a little bit bigger fish in the pond that is entrepreneurship?
Like you said, we definitely have the business website, which is b2betrader.com, but also too we have a Facebook page. We have over 17,000 followers, and it's just on Facebook, or go to your search engines and type in hashtag I support small biz, and that's BIZ. And we have daily updates, and we try to encourage small businesses. And this is just the phase one of our market spaces. We have a phase 2 and phase 3, so we have a lot more functionalities that will definitely go in there, and different options that's going to be able to benefit small businesses. And like I said, the everyday consumer looking to buy, sell, or trade their personal items.
And of course, we'll be
definitely follow us on Facebook.
And we'll definitely
for the update.
And we'll definitely have you on a regular basis to talk about that. Two more quick things before we let you go. I know that we're starting to throw some words out. Yak today. Have you yak tomorrow? How soon until we can start seeing some of this, like where you guys are with Post It, Share It, Sell It?
Literally, we're out maybe 5 weeks. We had we had a meeting today. We have some updates. And, we'll definitely be able to get the word out, I think, starting Monday. But, we're just going to have a splash page up, so we're not going into full details. But it's we're 5 weeks out, but, we can kind of start, dropping more hints definitely coming Monday as far as, like, the logo and,
awesome.
What the app is basically going to do, how it's going to function, but not going into full details. But, like you said, hopefully this takes off, by storm. Post-share sale, it's doing real well right now, and we hope, Yap takes off too. So I just want people just to stay tuned. We'll definitely keep giving you weekly updates.
Definitely can't wait. We will be throwing some things out each and every day. Before we let you go, yesterday, the beginning of the draft, it wasn't too long ago, 2005, where you got that phone call. What was draft day like?
Oh, man, draft day I was actually telling my wife yesterday, the different things that guys go through, and, you see, like Geno Smith, like, God bless him, that was pretty rough. But, mine was, I had Sunshine Network wanted to come down and watch me, during the draft, because I was projected, some people had me late first and then second. But, I looked at my dad, talked to my dad, and my dad was like, I've seen some horror stories and heard horror stories. And I was like, well, Sunshine Network, thanks, but no thanks. But I stayed home, watched it with my dad and my brother. First day went by, first couple rounds. I cried the first night because, I thought I was going to go higher. And then it went from being, I was angry that I wasn't drafted high to the point where I was, this sixth round came, and I was like, you know what? I don't even care who drafts me now. I just need someone to draft me. So, Carolina called me at 189, and, I just broke down, cried, man. Just, it was a relief. It was, I was a little mad that I didn't, get drafted where I wanted to, but, eventually, at the end of the day, it's just, you just want someone to draft you.
Somebody give you the opportunity.
Day went, man, but it was nerve-wracking.
On the phone with us right now, Javon Hay. Post it, share it, sell it. We'll be talking about it even in more detail in the upcoming weeks. Javon, thank you very much, and have a good weekend, all right?
All right, thanks for having me, Ray. You have a good one, too.
Javon Hay, everybody. Post it, share it, sell it. The new title sponsor of this program, and we're going to be getting involved, and it's pretty cool. You can sell, you can buy, obviously, you can share. They're going to have a barter network set up on there. So definitely good things with Javon Hay, my good friend, and the former host, I guess, of our radio show as I hosted the Javon Hay Show. All right, we're going to hit a break. When we come back, your former Tampa Bay Devil Ray threw a no-no against the Rays down there in Miami for a weekend series against the Marlins. Edwin Jackson when we return.
How you doing? This is Gilbert El Nino Melendez, Strike Force Lightweight Champ, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
Be part of the Cinco de Mayo Latin American celebration Sunday, May 5th, 11 a.m. till 6 p.m. at the beautiful Vinoy Park in downtown St. Petersburg. Enjoy great music from hot Latin bands, salsa dancing, fabulous food trucks and vendors, monster trucks on display with show cars, and more. That's Sunday, May 5th at Vinoy Park. Tickets are only $10 in advance, $13 at the gate, and VIP tickets including food, drinks, and preferred seating are only $50. For tickets, call 1-800-514-3849 or visit LatinAmericanCelebration.com.
If you want to look your best, you need Mick for hair. Mick Ferrari is Tampa Bay's hairstylist to the stars. Mick has spent 25 years keeping the Bay Area beautiful and is the official hair care provider for Talking Sports. To look your best, you need to go to the best. And the best in the Bay is Mick Ferrari. For information or to book your consultation with Mick, visit his website at mickforhair.com. That's mickforhair.com. Call Mick for Hair direct at 727-573-9711. That's 573-9711.
Check out our friends at West Chase Golf Club just north of the airport off the Veteran Expressway for a beautiful and challenging course. I've been out there many times and the greens are great. Quiet, upscale, but very public, West Chase is consistently ranked in the top 10 nationally and number 1 in the state of Florida for customer service by the National Golf Foundation. Ask about the Advantage Card. Just $25 for Florida residents and you'll get up to 40% off your greens fees, free use of the GPS system, and a bunch more. Log on to westchasegc.com for more. West Chase Golf Club. It's not private. You'll just think it is.
rocking the Midway at the Funshine Music Festival. It's fun for the whole family. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, May 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Everything you love about the Florida State Fair and much more. Over 30 musical acts. Plus, enjoy free unlimited Midway rides with admission price. That's 60 rides and attractions free for the whole family. Adults $25. Kids 6 to 11 get in for $15, and 5 and under are free. A great family value. Rocking the Midway at the Funshine Music Festival at the Florida State Fairgrounds. All day music, all day rides, all day fun, all one price. Buy your discounted tickets at Walgreens. Visit FunshineFestival.com. Presented by Live Nation, Florida State Fair, and the Tampa Bay Times.
The Pressbox Sports Emporium is Tampa's favorite place to watch the big game. Known for their chicken wings and the best burgers in town, the Pressbox also features a full menu, daily happy hours and specials, and of course a special menu for the kids. Check out the new 12 draft system, or the boxing or WWE pay-per-view parties. Go to PressboxSports.com for more information and money-saving coupons. Proudly serving South Tampa for over 20 years. The Pressbox Sports Emporium at 222 South Elm Mabry in Tampa.
Hey, this is Dylan Hart Jr., and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
Hey, let's go back to the Talking Sports Show.
All right, we are back. I know we really should talk draft, but we're not going to, because with any luck at all, we're going to get a hold of Edwin Jackson, who's in the clubhouse. I didn't realize, and I got to be honest, and I know you guys say, you know what, you need to do more prep. You need to do more of this. You need to do more of that. I didn't realize the knucklehead who stole first base.
Which one?
Are you with me?
Not really.
Okay, pay attention.
Trying.
The knucklehead who stole first base.
Okay.
You know the whole story, right?
No.
He was at second. He stole back to first base. I guess it happened last week.
Yeah.
Happened against the Chicago Cubs.
Right, yeah.
Again, I live in my own little world. I take care of what's right in front of me.
You have a bubble, and you're very stuck to your bubble.
And for some reason, Edwin Jackson's number is not working. Yet I'm talking to him. Anyway.
Operator error, maybe? Possibly? I don't know. We'll see.
I think Cedric knows how to dial a phone.
Well, I know how to do some things, and I mess up. It happens.
Well, that's true.
Okay.
So it was against the Chicago Cubs. So I wanted to talk to Edwin about that. Because obviously he was there.
Yeah, he had a front row seat for it. Maybe he'd be able to explain the situation a little bit better.
I didn't understand it until I saw it prepping for today's show. Mm-hmm. Have you seen what happened?
I saw the end of it.
Okay.
And then
but now I understand it.
And then the guy who went back to first
stole second and got thrown out.
No, tried to steal second and he got promptly thrown out.
So what happened, to go over it, again real quickly. Runners on first and second.
Correct.
Fly ball?
Yeah.
Okay. So runner that was going from second to third tries to get back to second, gets in a rundown.
Yep.
Or at least I think it was a fly ball, but I know that he was in a rundown. Mm-hmm. Slides in the second. Safe, sort of, kind of. But Braun is already standing on second, who came from first. So he just continues as he slides in the second and starts to run back to run to the dugout, is what he was doing. He was running to the dugout when the umpire called Braun out.
And so when he kept running instead of running all the way to the dugout, he just
kind of like slid down first.
Stopped at first.
And so basically he stole first back. Then he tried to steal second back and got thrown out.
See, I would have thought if they had tagged him
they didn't tag him.
Because when
unless they tagged him while he was on the base.
They did.
But he's not out.
They tagged him. Well, the third baseman or the shortstop, whoever had the ball when both runners were at second, touched both of them.
Okay. I didn't see that, but even if he did, they called Braun out, which means he's not out.
Okay, so he went back to first on his own.
No, he didn't go back to first. He was going back to the dugout.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he didn't.
Right.
He wasn't going to first base. He thought he was out.
So
he's running back to the first base dugout.
Right.
Then they called Braun out, which meant he wasn't. Because if you tag both runners, obviously only one's out. One's safe and one's out. So when they called Braun out, he's now a live runner. He's not out. So he went back and slid into first.
And then he went back to first. And then he got thrown out at second trying to steal.
All right, so we are basically going to be out of time, so I'm not going to get Edwin on. We'll get him on. He's promised to come on. I don't know what the problem is. I've talked to him for 3 days. He was all set to come on. We will get him on. I just hate to waste him for 3 minutes.
Yeah,
you know,
want to have some time to sit and talk.
A lot to talk about.
Yeah,
and we'll talk about it again. And I want to get into many other things in the last 4 minutes. But his first major league appearance, a victory against Randy Johnson.
That's a pretty cool stat to have on your record.
There's guys that go through 15, 18, 20 years and don't accomplish some of the things that Edwin Jackson has. He is a World Series champ. He has thrown a no-hitter. He has played in the All-Star. He has been an All-Star. I don't know if he played,
right.
I think it was in 08.
Yeah.
So he has done a lot of things, and we will get Edwin Jackson back on. Bad news for the Oklahoma City Hoops team. In case you don't know, Westbrook, basically he's going to be out for the rest of the year. They can say that
there's not much year left.
Well, they're through the playoffs. Tore.
Well, yeah.
His not MCL, one of the other ligaments.
Okay.
The chance of him coming back, and I know they're making a big deal out of guys who've come back in 8 days, 10 days, but they were explaining, as I was paying attention, the lateral is so much more than the meniscus. You need it to do cutting and this and that and all these other things that I don't do. So the chance of him coming back this season, slim to none, and I believe none just kind of walked out the door. And I really think it really doesn't matter, because I think they ought to just get ready for the Miami Heat. Larry, I know you're listening, and I root for the Miami Heat every time, and every time even more when people say how much they hate them. So I am rooting, and I don't root for teams.
No, you don't pick teams. You have players you follow.
And I don't necessarily. I'm not a LeBron fan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a Wade fan. I'm not a Bosch fan. I like that LeBron made a decision. He made a decision for reasons that were right and good for him.
Certainly.
And that's all that matters. I'm the type of guy, if you remember, my favorite number is 13. At my age, go back to X amount of years ago, people hated the number 13.
Yeah.
I like it. People hate Michael Bisping. I like him. People hate Chael Sonnen. I like him. I like what you don't. Because everybody can like whatever.
Bandwagoners.
Yeah, and I'm not like that.
Yeah.
I hope LeBron wins it this year. I hope LeBron wins it next year. I hope LeBron wins it every single year until they change it and make it difficult for him to win.
Well, yeah, and I'm more of a fan
Tiger Woods.
of having things change up and not be the same old. I'd rather have, okay, sure, a team can be good because they have a ex-player for a while. But I want to see that rotation. I want to see that natural cycle.
Normally,
in having.
Normally, I'm with you.
Sports. I mean, you want things to change. It gives you something to shoot for the next year.
Normally, I am with you 100%. Every year, I want a different NFL team. Every year, I want a different MLB team. I don't care. As long as people hate LeBron James, I want Miami to win it every year.
Makes sense.
Just for that reason.
Yeah, that sounds like definitely something.
And Larry, who still hasn't answered my question, and I know he's already emailed to try to win, some prizes today, which is fine. But if you remember when Larry was on and he made the comments about LeBron, I said, because I've been like this, I do like the Philadelphia Phillies. I didn't like Lenny Dykstra. He played for the New York Mets. But when he became a Philadelphia Philly, guess what?
You loved him.
You love the guy.
Absolutely.
Mark Heumann. Most people don't like him. Here's the play. If you turn and watch the Four-Letter Network. See, he's just kind of jogging back to first base, and then he realizes, so he just runs to first base. People don't like Mark Cuban unless he's their owner. People didn't like George Steinbrenner unless he owned your favorite team.
Yeah.
And I asked Larry, and I'm sure he's still contemplating, because he doesn't like LeBron. Guys don't like LeBron. What if LeBron became a Boston Celtic, which is Larry's favorite team?
Oh, he'd love him.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And I don't hold that against him. I don't blame him.
And something Bisping said on Wednesday night when we had him on, he's a polarizing figure. Most of the time, polarizing figures are like that. It's a love him or hate him, and usually you're not going to love him unless he's on your person is on your ex-favorite team. So that's just the way things go. You're going to have your certain biases for or against a person or a team, but once all the stars start to align and everything starts to go your way for who you're rooting, then it's easy to look past those biases.
Before we're out of time, which is momentarily, did you watch any of the draft?
I saw a little bit, yeah.
Because the Bucs didn't have a pick, I think they got a great number 1 pick in Revis. I didn't even watch it. It doesn't even matter until today, or until tomorrow.
And there's a lot of big names that are left. This is going to be a big second round. There's a lot of names that you really haven't heard too much about that went in the first round. Very, very lineman heavy on both sides of the ball, but a lot of big names weren't picked that we thought. Example, Manti Te'o. Example, Geno Smith, still available. So I think this is going to be, the second round is going to be a good one to watch, see who's trading around to try to get some of those bigger names.
All right, I just got a text from Edwin Jackson. He has a cell and a message phone. So
two phones.
I only had the one, so we will get him on. I think we're almost out of time. Let's see where Manti Te'o goes. The Rays, another series, obviously this weekend, played fairly well against the A's, played fairly well against the Yankees. Let's see if they can kind of turn it around. UFC tomorrow, real quick, give me your picks.
Oh, well, Bisbing and Sonnen. I will pick Sonnen because, I will go ahead and say that I know a lot of people, if they're betting, they're picking Jones. I will say Sonnen.
All right, everybody, hit me up on Twitter at Knockout Radio.
At KO Eggs.
Of course, go to the website, knockoutradio.com, to register for any of the prizes. We'll get a hold of Edwin. We'll get him on in a future time. Have a great weekend, everybody.
WTAN, Clearwater, Tampa Bay. WDCF, Dade City, Tampa Bay. WZHR, Zephyr Hills, Tampa Bay. Listen.